Okay. All right. Now, this time what I want to do is I want to break down, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do before I do it.
Can I
Because you've
interrupt
already
before you
heard.
get started? Is there somebody that I should talk to in Stewart this week? Do you have an agent or a real estate
You
person?
know what? I'll get you one.
Would you please?
Yes,
Just
I will.
sometime today.
I promise. I'm actually a real estate agent, but don't. I can tell you the areas to go, but let me get you somebody that can take you to
Please forgive me for bothering you. If you could
places.
just
No,
tuck that away.
absolutely. No. By all means. I thought of that actually, and I meant to say something to you, so I will definitely get that done. Okay. I have someone that knows the area since 1972. Okay. All right. You've heard my pitch, and I know you hear me, and I go and you go, wow, this guy's got, okay. But now what I'm going to do is I have to break this down for you psychologically so you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, okay? I make certain facial expressions, and when I go like this, I'm going to have you look at the facial expressions that I'm making, okay? When I make certain times that I talk, and then there's certain times that I take a step back, and I do this. And I want you to watch when I do that. I go away from the people, okay? See, anytime you start doing this, I had one guy, no joke, he had a habit. He could be talking to you as a friend, but he had a habit of going like this. He goes, so let me ask you a question. And he kept doing that to people, and I go, oh my God. So I went to him, I said, Bobby, are you gonna kiss him, or are you gonna fucking talk to him? Dude, step back. You can't be in somebody's personal space talking to them about anything. Okay, so I watch bad habits, but here's what I want to do. When somebody comes up, I say, have you ever seen our system before? If they say no, I say, well, let me tell you. I said, it's unbelievable. I said, first of all, 30 years, you have 5 seconds to get their attention. So I don't walk over and go, it's an air purifier and it does this, that, because they're already not listening. Where am I going? Everything I'm doing, I'm wasting all my bullets. I'm firing in the dark. Okay. So I want to get your attention first. So I'm going to break this down psychologically. So I say, we've been in business for 30 years. We do all the Ritz-Carlton since 1996. Now, in order for me to do that, guess what? My book has to be open to the right page. Maybe like this. Because if I bring you in and say, oh, have you ever seen our system before? Let me show you something. They're leaving. They're saying, do you have a brochure? Do you have a card? We're kind of in a hurry. We have some people up here. And you'll wonder, I missed that. Scott doesn't miss that. No, because Scott's fucking book is open and I'm locked and loaded and I say, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? If you can't do hi, how are you, and you have to do that, you're in trouble. Okay, now, so you have that, you have your table set up. Now, I got oil here. Now, sometimes it's crazy busy, I can miss it where, you know, I'm human too. Okay, so, but if I have to put that oil in front of somebody, I make it like part of my presentation. Because that fucking thing stinks, bro. One time I just went to put the oil and the lady goes, oh, I can't take that. Oh God, oh, that's the worst thing ever. So I thought about that and I went, oh shit, now I gotta make that part of my presentation. So I said, excuse me, ma'am, this is really smelly. So stand back for a minute, but watch how well this machine in 15 seconds takes it out. Now they think it's part of the presentation, so they're expecting it. What you can't do is just shock them. Okay, but if you already have your smoke box set, guess what? And you already have your page set, guess what? You're good. So, I have 5 seconds to get your attention. We've been in business for 30 years, and we do all the Ritz-Carlton since 1996. Let me show you something amazing. Come on in. Now, you notice how I like this? Come on. I make people do what I want them to do. They're coming. If they don't come, I know. Right. I have a little. If the guy goes like this, no, I'm fine. Yeah. Okay. But I also look at his foot. He's got one foot pointed exactly where the fuck he wants to go. So now it's my job to change that body language. So watch this. So let's say you guys are standing back there, and I say, okay, hi guys, how are you? Have you seen our system before?
No.
Say, no, we've been in business for 30 years. Let me show you something. This is amazing. Can you see these 2 antennas right here? Right in here? Come on over here. Can you see this? Look what. Can you fucking see this, bro? I got you to move from there to here is all I was looking to do. See, I got this. It's all psychology. Yeah. I promise you I'm going to teach you you'll never fucking miss. Ask him, I don't miss. If I miss, it's because they have no fucking money. Okay. So I go, okay, you say, no, whatever. So I say, okay, come on in, it's more comfortable. First I start off with something light. If I can't budge them, I'll do shit like that. I don't start off that drastic. If you don't want to move, I go, well, come on here, that's a hard floor. This is not real wood. Feel how soft this is. Now, what are you going to do? Not feel how soft it is? You're going to step on my mat. Once you step on my mat, you step into my octagon. Okay. And I'm Hoist Gracie. So, when you come in, now what I want to tell you is, 30 years in business, we do all the Ritz-Carlton since 1996. If you take a look at the screen right here, and notice I'm pointing at it. I'm directing you where I need you guys to look. Okay? Now, let's say I'm doing this, and I glance at both of you, and he's looking down at his phone. I say, sir, do me look right here. Can you see this right here? And he's going to look up to see that. You always want to make sure you have both people engaged and you're watching their facial expressions. You have to read them. It's like when you cook food, Jamie's a master griller. He doesn't just open the lid and go, I don't even have to see it. This is done. Serve that. No, he has to check the ribs. Do they look right? Maybe he might make a little slit. He might flip it. Okay, it's perfect. Or check a grill line. You need to check your fucking shit you're working on. Right, okay. So, 30 seconds, 5 seconds, I tell you that. I say, now, take a look at the screen here. Now, I'm going to make this look real smooth, but all I'm doing, so you guys know, is I'm operating the machine in sequence with what I'm saying. That's the key. So you don't want to start off by saying about this machine or about this, because I've seen Jamie sometimes start off a little different something, and then he figures, okay, in a minute I'll get back into what I know. But it's never consistent. So his sales are never going to be consistent. There's a lot of people that would have probably bought that he's not going to get, but he doesn't really know exactly why. He just thinks it's part of the numbers game, but it's not. It is in the long run, but it's not if you send them to me, because I'm closing 8, 9, 10 out of 10 people you put in front of me. Okay, so I say, if you take a look at the screen here, and I take my finger up to the up arrow, first of all, I have my machine down to PCO. First of all, I take that back. I take my machine down to PCO, and right now, to start the show, I put it on 8 hours. Why? First of all, I want ozone in the air so people smell a difference in the air when they walk by. Okay. Now, when you walk up, my next move, when I say, look right here, is I'm going to push the away mode again. It goes back to PCO. Then I slide my finger up without you even knowing, and I say, now this machine does as little as 250 square feet. Anywhere in between, all the way up to, and well over, hear my pauses?
Yeah.
3,000 square feet of living space. Now, I just built a climax for you to see when I was going to stop. Now, let me do that another way to see that it doesn't sound appealing to you. Watch this. All right, guys, pay attention to this machine right here. It does 250 square feet, anywhere in between, and all the way up to over 3,000 square feet of living space. I said the same words.
But it
wasn't
there's no impact.
Exciting of where it's going. It was just, it does this and this and this and this. And you did, and now you're just a fast talking salesman. Okay? So I said, it does as little, and Jamie's good at this because he has good facial expressions. You can go, it does 250 square feet. You know the face you make at the old lady? Like, hey man, would you come right this way? I know you, Jamie. You incorporate what I'm telling you, what I tell you, and you're going to sell everybody you fucking talk to, okay? 250 square feet, anywhere in between, all the way up to, and well over 3,000 square feet of living space. Now, as I'm about to tell you my next word, I move my finger back here, and I hit the away mode, and I put this down. I say, by the way, let me stop right there. I said, because 3,000 square feet, I want that to make sense to you. I'm going to show you something amazing. Now, why do I point to that? Because I piqued your interest again. What's he going to show me amazing? So you're not ready to leave yet. Okay, I'm going to show you something amazing, but I want it to make sense to you. Nothing comes to this machine. Nothing. It's nothing. I know this thing, it takes out dust, it takes out all these things. There's no filters. This machine works on radio frequency technology like a walkie-talkie. It goes through walls, doors, floors, carpets, padding, drapery, 2 stories. I know you're thinking, right? And say 2 stories, hallways, doors closed. Look at my face. I'm saying what their brain is thinking. Because if I just go, oh, this machine, nothing comes to it. It goes through walls, doors, floors, even 2 stories. Watch this. And he's going, how does that little thing do that? And you're going, but I have 2 stories. How's it going to get? And if you don't answer, you don't do what I'm showing you, they're going to interrupt you and say, well, what about 2 stories? Well, what about this? And what about now you're answering questions for your pitch instead of going through and you got off your track. They got you off your track. But I prevent that from happening because I'm so clear in what the fuck I'm saying. I talk like I'm talking to a fucking retard. So what I do is I go, this machine has nothing coming to it. This machine works on radio frequency like a walkie-talkie. It goes through walls, doors, floors, even 2 stories, hallways, doors closed. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay? Now, when I say, let me show you what I'm talking about, even if you don't believe that it could possibly do that or you're doubting it, okay, he's about to show me what he's talking about. So you're interested to see even more now how, so I say, I turn this on and I go, you see these 2 antennas right here? Both of these antennas are inside the purifier. Okay? When the purifier is running, it's 4 technologies. 2 of those technologies, and I want you to hold your fingers like this. It's 4 technologies simultaneously. 2 of those technologies I duplicated into a clear box so you can see. The other 2, I'm going to show you what it does with odors, but watch this, ma'am. You will never see a speck of dust floating in a ray of light in your house ever again. Now, why did I just do this? Because guess what? While I'm doing this, you guys are picturing all that dust floating around your fucking house. Yep. Or I can say, and ma'am, you'll never see a speck of dust floating in a ray of light in your house ever again. Now, what? It's not the same. I didn't make her picture all the dust in her house. Ma'am, you will never see a speck of dust floating in a ray of light in your house ever again. And then I watch their face, and then she's like, right. And I'm like, with a straight face now, straight. You have to go poker face. And I go, ma'am, we have this in the FBI photo lab. This machine doesn't let anything stay. First, before I say that, I say this machine doesn't let anything less than 1 micron stay airborne. We have this in the FBI photo lab, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you. And I point to this, and I see the smoke. So now you're like, oh shit, this guy may have something serious here. So I say, okay, now while we're waiting for that to fill up, the other 2 technologies, odors, and I mean any odors, guys. Cooking odors, pet odors, mold, mildew, smoke odors, if you own a boat or yacht, diesel, salon. Reason I'm naming those and pointing to them is because I'm trying to hit bullet points in your brains that both of you go, oh yeah, we got that, we got that. Okay, and I say, now watch this. This is ammonia. Okay, and I say, no, you believe me. But would you do me a favor for the missus? Would you verify, sir? And be careful. Now you hold it here like this. You don't stick it in their face. You don't pour it. Yeah, but when he comes, now I always put my finger here to do this because there could be a bubble here. Okay. Now, if the guy's been nice and pleasant, I'm giving him, as he gets closer, I just give the bottle a little squeeze. Nobody knows what I'm doing. A little one. Okay. Now, if you're an asshole and you're interrupting my pitch and and he's drinking his drink and he's showing off, and I can't wait to get to the ammonia test because I got something for you. So I say, I'm going to pick a volunteer. Sir. Would you do me a favor for everybody?
Dude.
Would you? And he see me.
Man.
And when you get close, I give it a good. I give it a good squeeze, and you go, oh God, my eyes, my nose, oh my eyeball, and then I look at the people casually, and I go, do you believe him? And they go, oh yeah. I go, good, me too. He looks like an honest man. Quite a bit. All right, no, I put this down. Okay.
Man.
I put this down and I say, I'm going to take a single ply sheet of paper towel. You always tell him every move you're making. Doesn't the magician tell you everything he's going to do? If he's doing a trick?
I think those are dual ply though.
Okay, take a single ply sheet of paper towel and I'm gonna wet this ammonia like this. And I wet, okay. Now I can do this with onions and garlic and fish, but the truth is people have pets. Now, oh, by the way, also, you notice I'm sticking my finger behind here so you can see it. I go, people have pets, and they ask me all the time, what happens if the pet has an accident in the padding of the carpet? Well, the smell of urine is ammonia, so watch this. I'm gonna put this here, and I said, by the way, it's blowing, there's no suction, okay? And put this round dot right over this circle. See, I'm gonna put this here. Jamie's holding it like this. No, I want you to put your finger up here to hold it. See, I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna hold this here, and then hold it like this. Don't do this, because it won't work. Straighten it out as flat as you can make it. Straighten out your hands. Spread out your fingers. And I'm going to hold this here for 30 or 40 seconds. When I give this back to both of you, it's soaking wet with ammonia, no smell. And I look at them and I see their face. Sometimes they go, ah, that would be impressive. And then I say, okay, now, remember, those two antennas are here. Okay? Say, I'm going to turn on antenna 1, antenna 2. Watch this. 1 and 2. And I say, it pulsates the air at a rate of speed that nothing less than 1 micron can stay airborne. And then always the guy is going to go, where does it go? Okay, right in the middle of your pitch. You're getting that 8 out of 10 times. So where does it go? Oh, I'm very glad you asked that, sir. Let me give you a visual. We charge it and we drop it out of the air. And he goes like this, so it goes on my floor? Yes, sir. We drop it down to the floor, but before it hits the floor, okay, in my mind, I'm going, you asshole, listen. Okay, I go, before it hits the floor, the other two technologies oxidize whatever's attached to that. So it becomes a harmless natural substance, but nothing in your breathable air, as you can see. Now, I say, now, we're going to do something even more special. Let's turn back on the smoke. But this time, you and I always say, we're going to leave the antennas on. I want you to see something.
That one clears good.
You can fry a piece of fish in your house in less than 5 minutes like you never cooked in the house. And then just stand there and watch it. And let them see. It's not filling up.
Yeah, it doesn't accumulate.
Okay? And then turn off the smoke, but leave the antennas on so they can see. And then I say this. This machine runs 15 years, 24 hours a day, only 11 cents a day electricity. Okay? So the only maintenance it ever requires, and by the way, as I'm doing all this, I'm buying time for this. Okay? So the only maintenance this ever requires is once a year. You slide this plate out with 2 fingers. You wipe it off, you dry it off, and you slide it back in the purifier. It's the only thing you'll do to this machine for the next 15 years. Now, let's say I want to buy myself another 5 seconds. I go, and by the way, we are the only air purifier, and then turn these off. We are the only air purifier in the world by name recommended in all the medical books. Under allergies, recommendations, and you point to it, the Living Air XL15, and then point, Living Air. That's your chance to tell them that was our original model from 30 years ago. They've been recommending our system under asthma, bronchitis, emphysema for 27 out of our 30 years in business. I pause. I say, and by the way, we don't pay for that. I know you believe me, but let me show you. None of the manufacturers or distributors mentioned has had any connection with the production of this book. Rather, we list these companies because we believe their products be effective and high quality. Now, you see how I read that? I could read it like this. None of the manufacturers or distributors had any connection with the production of this book. Rather, we list these companies because we believe their products to be effective and high quality. That didn't sound the same. It's the way I say it. Doesn't a newscaster announce things on the news differently with emphasis on the end of sentences?
Right.
Today, there is no traffic on I-95. And if you go down the thing, you can have a smooth drive. And thank you for tuning in to Channel News 7. They fluctuate. They don't just come on and go, there's no traffic today, you can have a smooth drive to work, and thank you for tuning in to Channel 7. Have a nice day, folks. They don't do that, or they wouldn't be on TV. Okay, so now that I showed you this, I flip this over and I say, we have never paid for a testimonial in 30 years in business, but you can see who our clientele is. Okay, now, can everybody see that's blowing? and then hold it with one finger. It's blowing, but I can see it's already done. It's almost dry, right? So I go, no draw of air to this machine. Isn't it true that all the purifiers that you've ever seen or you and I have ever used, they all need the pollution to come to the unit? That doesn't clean what you and I want clean. What you and I want clean is what's in the padding of the carpet, what's in the cushions of the furniture. So remember, nothing comes to this unit. Say now, if I let this go, it should fly away, right? So watch this. Sir, I'm going to take this. I'm going to give it to you. Please go ahead and smell that, sir.
God.
Soaking wet with ammonia. And pass that along, please. Okay. Now, I want you to feel how wet that is, okay? Soaking wet, squeeze it. Soaking wet. Now I have it more wet. I was holding it way longer, telling you my psychology, okay? But watch this. I say, okay, now I got you, right? You saw this, you saw the thing, fluctuation, you don't pay for testimonials, we're in the medical books, 30 years in business, we do all the Ritz-Carltons. I mean, I've already got all that loaded into your head. Plus, I got a soul pile, and people are coming back to get them, and he's pitching over there. So I'm playing all this to my advantage, right? Now I say, okay, now let me tell you the best part, the price. Here's how you do the pitch. I've heard Jamie use different versions of this, but different versions is not the way to do it. You say, we sold the original model, one technology manual machine 30 years ago for $6.99. And look at them both. Say, 9 years later, a two technology machine, $8.99. Don't get confused, we don't make these anymore. And then point, the GT3000. We have had it on Sears.com. Notice I say we have had it. Now it is, because if they go look on Sears, it's not there now. We have had it on Sears.com for $13.62. Okay? Now, 4.5 months ago, we start our company, you say, started their 30-year anniversary, and not just this show, and all of their 73 shows, all their home shows, boat yacht shows, RV shows. Again, I'm emphasizing to you how many different markets and shows we do. Okay, and I said, and let me tell you what that is, including our Amazon distributor. Online distributor, we gave them 100 machines 3.5 weeks ago, and I blow this up, to sell at our anniversary price of $8.60. All right, stay quiet, because guess what you think now? It's $8.60, not $13.62. So I tell you what, if I earn your business here today, our company has authorized us to do factory direct pricing here at the show. You will get the GT3000 for the same price we sold the original model 30 years ago, $6.99. Now, did you again see the fluctuation in my voice? I didn't say $6.99. This was $8.99. This is $13.62. It's on Amazon for $8.60, and here at the show, you'll get it for $6.99. Same as that. All right? Sound fucking good. It sounded a whole lot better when I say factory direct. We'll give it to you for the same price. We sold this one technology manual machine. Look at my eyes. Jimmy's great at making faces, right? One technology manual machine that we sold 30 years ago, $6.99. And then stand back.
Yep.
Now, if you two say, that sounds great, we're gonna, and say, and by the way, I saw you looking at this when you came up, pardon my reach. Everything that I just showed you in the palm of your hand. And I turn it around, I go, hotel rooms, bathrooms, okay? You just plug it in, you turn it on, you go have a meal. When you come back, that hotel room is clean your way, not the hotel's way. Say you never open it, you never buy anything, you never change anything. Once every 4 months, you take a Q-tip with alcohol, you wipe it and throw the Q-tip away. Now, see how I just explained that to you? What if I said, you never open it, you never change anything, you never buy anything, and once every 4 months, you clean that right there with a Q-tip?
A lot of traffic out there?
That's not a saying, bro. I said the same word. Someone else will go, Scott, but I said what you said. No, you didn't.
30 minutes to get from the hotel.
You're trying to throw all the words that you've heard me say into a fucking pitch, and you're hoping they buy. No. Psychology, facial expressions, step back, quiet,
Over the bridge, the first hotel.
plant your seeds, see reaction, read your customer.
No, the view from the hotel is amazing.
Tom Brady takes a snap. Before he takes the snap, he reads the defense. He knows what he's dealing with. If he doesn't like what he sees, he changes the play on the fucking fly. And if he doesn't like that and they make the proper adjustment, he calls a timeout because they saw it. And he goes back to the coach, he goes, that wouldn't have worked. Read your customer.
Yep.
Okay? So you see now that it's not just, oh, he's been saying the same pitch for so many years, I guess that's why it worked. No, I'm a master of psychology.
So why do you change the mode of the machine from time to
I changed the
time?
mode because when I was about to, my next move after explaining to you 3,000 square feet is to go to put that ammonia. I
it's a
wanna do
high-
that
So you
ammonia-
put a high.
Right, but I don't want to do it in front of you like, okay, let me show you this. Because then they go, oh, so you
something
have to
special.
do that to get that to go away? You're only opening up doors to of things. And if they say that in front of a group of people, now he just poisoned 9 people listening to you. Eliminate the chance of failure.
Okay. So what should be the highest one? 8 o'clock, you said?
No, now watch this. Let's say you get a sensitive person. What are you doing? Okay. What if you get a sensitive person that goes, but I don't like that smell? That's fine. I'm going to show you what to do. I sent it to Jamie. Watch my sushi.
Yep, I did.
Okay, now. I had a lady go yesterday, yeah, that's all impressive, but I don't like that smell, and I had it on sanitize. She goes, I don't like that smell that's giving you. And I said, I know, ma'am, because we have 2 machines that can do a 6,000 square foot house each in a 10 by 20 booth, and you happen to be standing here, and I just did this demonstration, it's on sanitize, but let me show you how it's supposed to run in your house, ma'am, okay? And I take it back to PCO, and then I pick up my car, and I go, let me fan that off for a minute, just because I was doing the demonstration. And ma'am, will you do me a favor? Will you come as close as you can, ma'am, and tell your husband, you have no smell, right?
No.
See, now I put the smell thing to
Your
it.
cricket's chirping.
I like that you did that.
There was nobody here.
Normal on there.
Okay. Now I did.
Now it
Now
came
I.
in clutch.
Now I told you.
Yeah, man.
But see, if you know how to talk, I had a lady yesterday. She was not happy. But at the end, she came here. Are you the owner? I'm upset. I bought 2 of those. I bought 4 of those. I said, ma'am, I'm with a customer right now, but if you come back, I'll be more than happy to talk to you and help you. And okay, she was fine. She came back. She goes, okay, I'm back. And she goes, now that's giving off a smell. And I said, ma'am, what are you running your machine on? She goes, well, we did exactly what the book said. The book said our apartment is 1,700 square feet. We have it running on 1,700. I said, well, ma'am, let me tell you what your problem is. My house is 6,000 square feet, and I run my machine on 500. But let me explain. Don't read the instructions in the box unless you're bored and you can't sleep. I put a sticker on every machine that I sell. Day 1, if you see PCO normal. Day 2, day 3, and most people fall in love right here. So once I saw she doesn't like the odor, I said, ma'am, your machine needs to be running on normal. And I said, now let me ask you a question before I tell you that. Do you have 6 cats, 4 dogs, and 2 cigarette smokers in your house? And
No.
she goes, no. I says, right. So then you don't need to get into the numbers. The people that need to get into the numbers are people that have a lot of pollution. You and I don't have a lot of pollution. We have our normal living in our normal house, but we don't want dust, we don't want cooking odors, we don't want... So that's what you say to somebody with that. Then you'll get people, when you have it up here, to come, I love that smell. All right, honey, don't we miss that smell? We just miss it, don't we? Oh, I love that smell. Okay, if you know you got one of those, keep it on and tell them that's how your house is going to smell all the time. Fresh after a rainstorm.
Okay.
Are you seeing something different in my pitch? You see what I'm saying now?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm explaining why I say what I say when I stop. Now, next time you hear me pitch, you guys are going to watch me and you're going to go, yep, there's that face. Yep, there's that step back. Yep, there's that pause. Yep, he said exactly that. Yes, he built up the 3,000. Yes, he got them. And we'll give it to you for the same price we sold this one technology. You'll see me do it.
Even it's not working, but you have to
I don't
build
need
something.
it working.
eh?
I cut
Yeah.
the cord up the
Yeah,
back. No, it
yeah.
have to be working.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Give them the.
But
I'll give 'em a
yeah,
little-
right.
without grease. Okay, I'm turning the combination. This is like an escape room.
Yeah.
Your job is in
Unlock
15
'em.
minutes to unlock the code to that pocketbook to get that card to come out and get in your pocket.